Hey, Elder Distaggio back at you with a Castle Clash video here doing Here Be Monster O. In fact, I beat this back in mid-December. I want to say December 18th based on the timestamp of this video recording. However, yeah, I've kind of been focused on Expert Dungeon 5 for the last fews. And let's take a look at this. Oh, no, this isn't O lost. Pay attention to the heroes that I use. I use a Mortep. We got Santa Boom in there. We have Cupid, Pumpkin Duke, Druid, and Minotaur. And you can see here wave 02 comes in, double pop. I got a north pop and a south pop, and they're gonna head north is gonna head straight in since the last wave took out those north buildings, and they're gonna come right in and filter into the base here, and we're gonna take them out. And if I get a Santa Boom proc north, and look, see how the Santa Boom shoots two missiles, but they both landed on that north part? Well, that's going to take out that north part, but leave the south wave coming in here, and we make quick work of this. Now, I have beat Here Be Monster O quite a few times. In fact, I am now farming Here Be Monster P, and I'm not using the strategy that I used to beat O on P. By the way, Here Be Monster O is OP the first time you try it, because the boss comes in on wave 5. A big boss comes in on wave 5. You're used to dinos or double dinos, but no, you got bosses and dinos, and it gets actually a little pretty tricky. And I did try to gimmick my way through this one, as you'll see in a little bit of next one here. Now, this is one that I lose, but it does kind of get me to the strategy that I do use to beat it. However, I don't use that strategy right now to farm P because it just doesn't work, and I'll explain more when I get to the P video. But for right now, the Santa Boom procs, and that really helps me because that clears all his stuff rather easily. Santa Boom is boss. I would say he's as good as Vlad Dracula for Here Be Monster. In the Here Be Monster game mode, Santa Boom and Vlad Dracula are going to be your top two heroes. I mean, Pumpkin Duke, you could probably toss him into the ring too because it's Pumpkin Duke, right? Now, I have a lot of that one talent, that slowdown talent, as my second talent on Minotaur and things like that. That's why that level 152 boss was walking so slow into the base. And you can see here that he's just clean sweeping everything. He does go down almost 2 full bars out of 5 bars of health. And you can see lots of towers are pummeling at him, but he will just slowly, methodically annihilate this base. Even though I do have full garrison in all the towers, I just can't take him down because he just swings for too much damage. So he's taking out half those hero bases in one hit, and I want to say they have something like 30,000 hit points. So yeah, he hits pretty hard, hits like a truck, and he will one-shot or two-shot, maybe three-shot most of your heroes, except maybe Orcsbane, who has so many hit points. But I mean, 4 or 5 hits and even your heroes are going to be gone. Easily all your buildings are gone, and he just cleans house on this one. And he's real tough. So this boss right here is what makes Here Be Monster OOP for the first time. Opening post. So that is the challenge here. And what I was thinking is, well, how can I beat this? How can I gimmick my way past this? Because I tried this so many times back in December and I couldn't do it. Then someone told me, try Succubus. Because Succubus is not damage capped on the boss. So Succubus's ability is to do a certain percent damage. Remove a certain percent of their health away from them. And so it's uncapped on these bosses in Here Be Monsters Challenge 2 level O. And so I do sort of gimmick my way into this. This is kind of a gimmick win, to be honest with you. What's very interesting is it does not work for me on Here Be Monster P. So Here Be Monster P, I truly have to win it the hard way, and that gets me to Here Be Monster Q, which is where I'm slightly stuck right now. Although I haven't run Q more than a few times, so I'll be sure to do a video on that in the future. So here's Here Be Monster O. If you're just having troubles sort of getting by it, try a few runs with Succubus, but you do have to put Succubus in one of those altars. If you're using my base, it's got to be one of the 2 center ones of the dog bone. So if you can look at my hero bases for a second, you see there's 2 up top that kind of go from sort of southwest to northeast, where Santa Boom and Druid are right now. There's 2 in the middle that are right in a row next to each other. Those are the 2 bases I'm referring to. One of them, that's where I tend to put my ground walkers. That's where I always put Pumpkin Duke. I try to protect him a little bit. I don't want him to wander outside the sort of the ring of towers. That's why they're there, so that they're just a little bit closer to the center so they don't run out there and suicide. So we don't want to lose Pumpkin Duke, we don't want to lose Succubus, and that's the hardest thing about Here Be Monster P, which has a whole lot of Grizzly Reapers. And if you don't kill the Grizzly Reapers super fast with a lot of area of effect, a lot of stun, then they're just going to reap you, right? So they're just going to reap all your heroes. And so Succubus doesn't help us because you can't get to P5 with Succubus. Although you can see here wave 03 comes in. Succubus is fine for Here Be Monster. Oh, I mean, this is very simple. Very high survivability. You can see my heroes are all pretty much max health. There's a bugged little hero, bad guy Here Be Monster there by that tower there, level 140, and I'm not sure what's going on there, but what can you do? And you can see I'm taking out this wave here, and yeah, whenever Santa Boom procs and a Mortep, you know, that's good to go. That's game over there for the wave. So here wave 05 comes in, and you'll just watch Succubus. See how Succubus down to about 1.5 bars of health? That is very, very, very not good. However, I really just need that Succubus 1 proc of that to go off, and I should be good. That's kind of what I'm hoping for here. Watch Succubus really closely, kind of top of your screen, okay? And watch the main boss up there, level 152, coming in real slow because he got procced by a bunch of slowdowns, okay? And you can see here comes Succubus. Now watch that boss's health. Watch that health bar. Huge hit right here. Right, I got stunned there, so I didn't get a big hit on, but you'll see a huge, just like million damage or some crazy high number, and you saw it went down there, and it looks like boom, another Succubus proc went off right there, and that killed him. Just 2 or 3. It went really quick, and 700,000 experience, rounding up to the nearest 100,000, 65 shards, and I will show you the next Here Be Monster P video. This strategy did not work for me for Here Be Monster P, but if you gotta use this for O, then use it for O, because O is slightly OP. As always, keep it dirty and dirty up.